Hello friends, welcome to Technoy channel. Today we'll start a new series on React JavaScript library. React was initially created by Facebook on 2011 and released as an open source project on around 2015. Due to its low footprint and better performance, the popularity seems to surpass all other similar frameworks. For example, AngularJS and Ember.js and so on. Without further ado, let's get our hands dirty with a simple Hello World example. For the development purpose, I am using Visual Studio Code as my preferred code editor and Chrome as my browser. You can use anything whatever you are comfortable with. To start with, let's create an index.html file which contains basic HTML structure, having a title and a h1 tag for displaying some text on the browser. This will be the starting point for our journey to learn React. Now let's open this index.html in the Chrome browser, and you can able to spot title as well as h1 tag displayed properly. There are different approaches to start React application or bootstrap and React application, and various reasons for choosing one top of the another. But to avoid complexity and to leverage basic understanding of HTML and JavaScript code, let's start coding our first React application by including React JavaScript files using script tag. The first one is React core library, and the second one is React DOM. React Core Library is a lightweight API which contains most of the fundamental functionality exposed to the developer, whereas React DOM is specific to target system, in our case browser base. For mobile base, React DOM is not needed, rather specific to mobile device other React native libraries are used. Let's open the Chrome inspector to browse through the React library just added. As we are using development versions, the React.js files are readable and we can use it for debugging purposes if need arises. Whereas the production alternative is more complex, meant for reducing the file size of the library. Now let's create a div tag with an ID attribute of root. You can use any element or attribute values. Now, below the div tag, create a script tag which we will write our first JavaScript code, or in our case, React example. So we'll use the render function available inside the React DOM API. It accepts two parameters. Let's first deal with the second parameter. And second parameter is document.getElementById function call. This method is not React specific, rather it is available in most of the modern browser. This method will return the reference to the division element with ID of value root. This will act as a container where we will create additional children elements such as paragraph or list, etc. using React. Now move to the first parameter inside render method. This should be the first React element which can be created using core React library call. React's create element function takes three parameters. The first one is the HTML element name. The second one is to pass data to the element, but we'll discuss more elaborately on this later. For now, pass null as the second parameter. The third, children of p tag. In text, even text is in children node. So pass what are the text you would like to display on the browser. So with this, we have completed our first React Hello World example. Now let's open in the Chrome browser, and in the inspector tab, you can notice a new paragraph element created under div of ID root. And I have installed a React plugins for Chrome. This will come handy for debugging and understanding various React core concepts. We'll explore slowly in coming tutorials. Now let's create another div tag with id JSX-root and duplicate the script which we have just created. So instead of writing native function calls, there is a much easier and better way to create React component or element. In most of the cases, you will use this approach. If you see the syntax, it is exactly same as other HTML tag. But be careful. This is not HTML. This is pure JavaScript. And the syntax seems similar to the HTML. And it is known as JSX, stands for JavaScript extension. Now let's save and open in Chrome browser. And see, we got one error. The error specifies unexpected token. That means browser failed to understand the new syntax we have just introduced. So to make it work, we need another library which converts this new JSX syntax to pure JavaScript function call. And that's where a new compiler, Babel, comes into the picture, and which converts the JSX to the native JavaScript which browser can understand. And now let's add Babel library using script tag and open in the browser. What? The error not yet resolved. We have to do one more thing. We have to tell Babel that which script to look into, because there are so many JavaScript lying around in our code. So the script which contains JSX content, specify type as a text /Babel, and boom, it works. And there is a slight copy paste mistake. Let's fix the ID so that both elements will be displayed properly. Let's have a look into the inspector. Now we can able to see all the necessary elements created, and both approach does exactly the same thing. Now it's entirely up to you which approach you are more comfortable, but majority goes with the JSX syntax. And notice here, Babel converts JSX based code to the pure JavaScript code, and it looks exactly the same as we have created earlier. And below commented stuff, you can see that is known as source map, which is very useful for debugging purposes. Using Chrome Inspector, we'll use that later. Now see in the source tab, inline Babel script is separated as separate section, and in React tab, you can notice two elements created by React code. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll continue on various different aspects of React tutorial. If you like the videos, please like it and subscribe to get notification about my new upcoming videos. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye-bye.